Welcome to Political Paradigm. I'm Terry Kumi. Today we'll feature two conversations. First, the second part of my interview with the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu. Then we will take on the state of the polity in Anambra State ahead of the governorship election coming up on the 8th of November. Now, to begin with, here's the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives as he speaks on the bill to establish state police, Southeast politics, and the state of the nation. You believe so much in state police.
I believe so much
It's
in it.
such a controversial bill.
Most of my views are controversial.
Absolutely. I was also going to say that. What is your belief in state police? Bearing in mind that this is something that the previous assembly also tried but couldn't pass. I think they failed to pass it or the president refused to sign it, one of them. But now you believe in state police. Do you think that Nigeria's political climate is ripe for state police?
Most of my legislative proposals, they are in tandem with where we are today and futuristic, with the ambition of where we want to be. While I analyze the current situation of the country as of today, I project into the future of where I see my beloved country in the next decade or two. And I always do that through a comparative analysis. Having traveled wide, studied across the world, worked across the world, engaged across the world, compared notes with colleagues across the world, I bring it down home to say, what am I taking from the various climes? How can we adapt it to what we have here? So, and because some of the people who consider it controversial maybe are not open to some of the platforms I have engaged with, they are not, they don't see what I'm saying.
Or they don't trust the political class, the government?
No. Before you even come to the political class, we can't because of the political. Not everybody in Nigeria is a politician. But everybody in Nigeria needs security. I'm sure you agree with me on that. And the primary purpose of government is to secure lives and properties of the citizens. Terry, you're not a politician. But your security is important to you as well as it's important to me. So, do we now, because of the interest of few and the fear of few, now deny the whole what they deserve? Do we now, because of the fear of... No. It has worked in other climes. It will work here. Politicians will adjust over time. Well, who are the politicians we are talking about? Is it not the governors? We trust governors with our allocation monthly. Every month we go to bed not being afraid that they will run away with our allocation. And they are doing their job in the sub-regional, sub-national level. How come just a little aspect of the whole? Because with the money the governors have, if they want to cause issue with insecurity, they can fund it. Governors have enough money to fund insecurity. If they want to cause... Those who have enough money to run a parallel police that is not recognized by any act, and they will fund it. You won't even know it's coming from them. They will fund it as a security platform and use it to achieve what they want to achieve. So let's tell ourselves the truth. It's about time, we make our police to come closer home. Closer home in the sense that policing your place in Bayelsa State by someone who is coming from Sokoto, who may not know how to swim, who doesn't understand the language, who doesn't know the creeks very well, it will be tough policing. But if you have somebody from probably Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Akwa Ibom, from nearby, not necessarily Bayelsa, policing Bayelsa, it will be easier. The police structure we have is too distant from the people that we are policing. What this state police is saying, let's bring it closer home. We still have the federal police, just like in Australia where I lived before coming back. You have federal police, you have your state police, and some areas you have municipal police. So local government police structure, state police structure, federal government police. So there are areas, subject matters that federal police handles. There are ones that state police handle, and there are ones that local government. Just like we have 3 tiers of government, you have the exclusive list, you have the concurrent list, and all that. So federal police will handle exclusive list if need be.
I believe there will also be checks and balances.
Of
For them
course.
so that the governors don't misuse
Of course.
the opportunity.
Let's not, governors are not monsters. I don't want to believe that the governors of our country are monsters. They're only there for 8 years. Our governors are not monsters. Our governors want to take care of where they are governing. That is the truth. We must have that confidence in our governors to allow them handle the instrument of security around their area, not mainly for issues of security is not just for politics. The issues of politics, security happens in protection of lives, happens in protection of properties. Politics is just one aspect of it. So I am in tandem with the current desire of Mr. President. I was happy a few days ago when Mr. President said on security issue, we're going to get it right. And I'm interested. I said, he's a forward-thinking president. So he has already announced to us, bring it on. I will sign it. So that part of constitutional review, which is one of my job, is already sorted out. State police will be done.
Very well
and I'm
done.
happy that it will increase the policing of our rural areas, our communities, our states, and invariably, the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right, DS, let's talk about your international engagements. I've followed you do a lot of travels outside this country in your role as deputy speaker. No, I've not gone with you, but
I hope you go with me one of these days.
Hopefully. I've observed your international trips, Some say you're traveling like the president. So it's fair to ask you of what benefit these trips are to the country.
Right. Thank you very much. I'm a member of ECOWAS Parliament, where I chair the Committee on Finance and Budget. And I'm also, that is the sub-regional level. At the continental level, there's Africa. I'm a member of the African Union Parliament, which is known as Pan-African Parliament. And there I'm a member of the Committee on Finance and Budget. And I'm also the deputy leader of delegation to the Interparliamentary Union, which is the Parliament of Parliaments, where 180 parliaments gather to discuss global issues. And in that place, I'm not just leading the delegation from Nigeria as a deputy leader of delegation. I am also a member of the steering committee on WTO. So we oversight the work of WTO. And through that platform, we'll try to provide solutions to the hydra-headed problems of the continent. Share ideas of best practices that we are doing here, copy from what they are doing, and bring it back home, and try to be in the room when issues that will affect Nigeria is mentioned. I told them severally that in discussing multilateralism, Africans, the global south, must be in the room. You can't shave a man's hair in his absence. The world talks about multilateralism, but issues discuss in those rooms, Africans are not in the room. And the narrative has always been Africa seen through the lens of AIDS,
Hunger, poverty.
instability, hunger, poverty. And that narrative needs to change. Nobody can do it except we step up. And in Africa, the continent looks at Nigeria. And my role as a deputy speaker allows me to play a role in all these platforms. For example, I was in Brussels a couple of months ago, I think in June, meeting with the European Union Parliament. And we were doing some analysis. That engagement was prepared by European Union Visitors Program, EUVP, in partnership with Pan-African Parliament. And I led the team there. And one of the things we were discussing was Africa should be seen differently as a place of opportunity. You can't talk about us, a continent that has 60% of arable land in the world, a continent that has massive mineral resources, over 30% or more, that is feeding the world. You can't talk about us as, people only in need of AIDS. And I try to project to them that the way forward is industrialization, nearshoring, where they bring their technology, their resources back here, close to our raw materials. That we are tired of exporting our cocoa. I told them that we are tired of exporting our lithium as raw ore. I told them for every lithium mine, let us have a lithium battery factory. And I told them for every cocoa farm, let us have a chocolate factory. And I told them that the African free trade agreement that will enable Africa to trade more with each other will be enhanced if they take a role to play by coming into the continent, positioning to prepare our goods as secondary product, not primary product, to enable us trade with one another. For example, Ghana has gold, we have gold. I can't be selling gold to Ghana, and Ghana can't be selling gold to me because we want to increase our trade among ourselves. But if I make my gold jewelry, I can sell it to Ghana. If I make my cocoa chocolate, I can sell it to Ghana, even though they have cocoa. So now we are inviting them to come and participate in our market. So conversations like that, they are stimulated through platforms like so that we can co-communicate. And you know that the narratives that the Western, communication agents push out there is the easy narrative that, that doesn't go deep down into what actually is happening.
Let's talk about your beloved Southeast, the Southeast Development Commission. You are the proudest person about the Southeast Development Commission. I dare say you're so confident about what it holds for the people of the Southeast. Could you explain why?
Yeah. It gives me joy when I talk about Southeast and what we've been able to achieve recently. Southeast passed through civil war. Even though the history books are no longer, talking much about it, which is not right because we have to learn from history for it not to repeat itself. But the promises made to the region after the war was not kept. Reconstruction, reintegration, and reconciliation. This was not done. And because it was not done, even though they have said no victor, no vanquish, the next thing to do would have been to go towards the implementation of that 3 hours. That would have confirmed that no victor, no vanquish. But because the 3 hours was not, handled well, people now started thinking that the promise of no victor, no vanquish was just a fluke. That truly they were the ones who lost out. And that bitterness dwelled for 5 decades in the minds of the people of Southeast. I sat down and I thought, I said, what is the best tool to be used to address the issue of reconstruction, reintegration, reconciliation? And it occurred to me that it is the stone that the builders rejected, which is the Southeast Development Commission. Though it failed severally in other assemblies, I said, this is what will become the chief cornerstone. And I picked it up. I am not afraid of failure. I'm not afraid of history of failures. Failures doesn't stop me from trying. That it didn't succeed before was not a challenge for me. What it did to me was to sit down, look at it and say, why did it not work the last time? What language was used? What drafting style was used? What kind of advocacy, what lobbying was used? And I did my analysis. And I reversed it. I reached out more. If you want to pass anything in the parliament, you can't do it alone. You have to reach out. It's a skill, a handshake across the Niger. You reach out to your people on the other side, give them that comfort that, listen, guys, this is why I'm looking for this. And they will see the selflessness in it, and they will see the interest in it. That's actually a national interest in making sure that that regional interest, got the light of the day. And when I did that, gladly the parliament passed it. And many people argue, no, the president will not go into, the president will not sign. Oh, the president hates the Igbos. The president will not pass it. I said, this president I know, this president that appointed an Igbo man, his minister of commissioner of finance, this president, he will do it. Without struggle, the president assented to it. And now you ask me, they say, oh, he's not going to appoint the board. He appointed the board. Oh, he's not going to make a budget for it. He approved the budget. Now where we are now is implementation, release of fund, which is a general problem. People are saying, oh, they're not releasing the fund because of XYZ. I told them it's not true. It's a general problem, and the fund is going to come when others are coming. And in few days, in few weeks, the agency will have fund to begin to activate the dreams of the region. A dream that will help them, activate their agriculture, their power system energy, their infrastructure backbone, making sure that it's in place, to stimulate technology in the area, knowing that the place is gifted, and also the commerce to drive it. Once all those things start, believe me, Terry, the issue of insecurity will go down. Southeast Development Commission is going to be one of the strategic tools that will be used to cure the insecurity of the region. It's going to be used as a platform because there's an aspect of it that is interested in security, to reach out to some of those people who are complaining, to tell them, you were complaining there is no road, that's why you want Biafra. You are complaining no infrastructure, no this. Now we are here to do the job. Look at the job we're doing. What more reason do you have? So it's a very important tool for the area to end the agitation. And the president is not sleeping about it. Remember, after passing the Southeast Development Commission, the next thing he passed for us, he established for us was Southeast Investment Company, where even those in diaspora, everyone will put their fund, in the investment company to rebuild Southeast. So it's not only the public fund that will be used for the reconstruction of the region, even private equity will come in to join hands with what the federal government is doing.
Is this your basis for saying that the Southeast is happy with the president and would perhaps reward him with their votes in 2027?
It's very obvious. It's very obvious. You see, the president has not pretended about his love for the Southeast. He has visited severally. Last time it was Tinubu, the other time I think it was Anambra, and he has visited the Southeast within these 2 years. We were not seeing it like that before. This frequent visitation, we are not seeing the frequent visitation of the vice president who has gone there for almost 8 times, even to bend in my town, under the permission of the president for him to represent him at the event. So the Southeast is feeling closer, drawn closer to the center of power. And we have not seen it in the past 8 years that a son of the Southeast is part of the succession leadership of the country. Now he gave the Southeast that position, that I'm in the room when conversations are heard, and I have seen in that room there is nothing that is discussed against the Southeast, that nobody is speaking Southeast separately to deal with them, to marginalize them. So I am their eye, I am their voice within that particular circle. And now you think that the Southeasterners are not watching. They are watching the body language of the president. And so far, so good. Institution. The other day, the president approved about 3 institutions for the Southeast. 2 universities, 1 Federal College of Education. The president is not relenting in making sure that things that the Southeast deserves gets to them. Who is the Minister of Works, which is one of the biggest ministries in this country? A son of the Southeast that we are proud of. Who is the person in charge of our resources that we depend on, our oil and gas, the security of it in our waterways? A son of the Southeast as the chief of naval staff. Because the waterways where we export our oil or bring in anything is under Navy. And it's a son of the Southeast that is guiding them. And I can go on and on. He has given us sense of belonging. It's not yet enough. People will argue the number of ministers that we have, we need more. And I've approached the president and I discussed it with Mr. President. And I said, Mr. President, we need more ministers from my region. And he answered me, sir, you have the biggest portfolio, the Minister of Works. I said, yes, but I need more. And he's a listening president. He is a listening president. Yeah. And just a matter of time, all our dreams will come. So to answer your question, based on all these and the body language of the president and the interventions he's making down there, and more that he's going to make, the Southeasterners are going to be with him. And let me assure you, we're also talking to Mr. President about Nnamdi Kanu, which is one of the causes of the insecurity in our area. We're talking to him. He is not averse to what some of the proposals we're presenting before him. And Nnamdi Kanu also has also accepted that it wasn't President Tinubu that locked him up. It wasn't this administration. So he's not fighting this administration. He's only asking, let what is fair be done. But for us who are politicians, I am not in law court. I'm a lawyer, but I'm not in law court. I'm using my platform as a politician and asking the president, can we find a political solution to this? Granted, but not considering that he is in his right or he has achieved or what he did is right or wrong or that. Can we, for the sake of stability, national cohesion, peace that you believe in, find a way to release this, my brother, so that nobody will use him as an excuse anymore? Because a lot of people are using him as an excuse to cause mayhem, even when he is ignorant of what is being done currently.
I want to get your thoughts on the state of the nation, under your party. And the reason is, I'm sure you're familiar with the coalition, and they're hinging their argument for a change of government on the state of the nation, the rise in cost of food, transportation, rents, living in general. What are your thoughts with regard to how your party is steering the ship of the country? Because we have less than 2 years to the end of this administration and a new election cycle. Do you think that within 2 years or less, your party can correct some of these agitations in the public space such that Nigerians can give them another chance?
You know, what this administration has achieved within 2 years in the face of the reform, which I also want to thank Nigerians for understanding, because it's not easy. It's been a tough curve for everybody in the country adjusting to be able to fit into the objective of the reform. Big sacrifice from Nigerians. But it's only for a while. We are paying the big price now for a greater future tomorrow. Initially, we thought it was going to swallow us. We thought there was no end to it. But now, the reward of the reforms is beginning to show gradually. Are we there? We're not yet there. You heard Mr. President a few days ago saying that part of the revenue projection for the year 2025 has been met in August. That shows there's going to be like surplus from what was projected by the end of the year before the next budget. There's a GDP growth of about 3.13% or thereabout. Yes, inflation has remained a monster, has been there. It does not improve. But one thing is sure, that other reforms that have been put in place, like the Forex, has encouraged a lot of investors to look at Nigeria as an investment destination. And that has also brought in over $7 billion inflow into the country within these 2 years. It was not like this before. It shows that though we may not celebrate that we have gotten this Eldorado now, but there is a light that is blinking at the end of the tunnel. And those who are seeing it are adjusting to fit into that. I am sure that 4 years is not enough for any good leader who met the situation that this current administration met to spin things around. For us, not enough. The question is, has the 2 years journey been good so far? And the answer is yes. Look at the respect Nigeria has across the world now.
No. The answer is yes. For who? For the Nigerians who have to live harder now, or for who?
No, for Nigerians. For goodness sake, you are aware that these reforms has released a lot of funds to the sub-nationals. The governors are having
More money.
3 times or 4 times what they used to have. The truth is that the economy of the sub-national should be able to help the national economy. The question is, how many governors are investing into, things that will help our people strengthen our economy? I like what Bago is doing, Governor Bago. Agriculture, call me Mr. Farmer. And there are so many of them like that who are investing in what is in the chains of production. If it is food, if it is manufacturing, this is when we expect our governors across the country to go into, something that will create job, to go into leveraging their comparative advantages. If you have a lithium, mine it. If you have poultry, sell the eggs. If you have palm oil, Mill it. If you have rice, mill it. Expand it. This is what, beyond building roads, some of these funds that is coming from federal allocation should be channeled into production, not just consumption. If the subnationals receiving this kind of money grow proportionally, in addition to the effort of the national government, you will agree with me that these tears that you mentioned will not be long-lived on the faces of Nigerians. It's just a matter of time. And one beautiful thing that the current administration has done is not finding a way to draw policies or directives that would deny the subnationals what is due to them to thrive. But the subnationals should reciprocate. Because when we talk about Nigeria, we're not talking about Nigeria as federal government. We talk about Nigeria up to the local government, to what level? There should be analysis of all the competencies and strengths of every ward in this country. What can they produce? What can we enhance? What can we invest on? Instead of calling federal government is not, operating in isolation of the substructures. So it should be a teamwork. And I'm sure APC is not in charge of all the states in Nigeria. I want to see what those people who want to take over power, what they are doing differently in their various states. And you mentioned the coalition. Nigerians have eyes, though they are passing through pain. But they know the kind of pain that will lead to giving birth. When a woman wants to deliver.
Never experienced it.
Okay, you never experienced. I'm sure your wife must have,
that's
or
why
your
they say-
sister,
that's why
or
they
your
say us
mother.
men cannot speak for women.
Yeah. So, but you see, if you're in the labor room, you will see that women, they experience the height of pain before the delivery comes. It builds up. But there's a level it gets to, it can't go any further. And then the child comes out. A life is given. That is the hope we're telling people, that though you have this pain now, have the hope that the delivery point is coming. And what is going to be better will be a Nigeria that all of us will be proud of, because we are paid the price. So it's what the administration preaches is delayed gratification. Delayed gratification. Let us feel the pain today, and in no distant time begin. Terry, the dollar has been stable for some time now. It's something to give credit to this country, to this administration. People can project, people can plan, people can make their economic projection and then work with it and achieve what they want to achieve. And I can go on and on, but we are rounding up. So I want to tell you, there is the Renewed Hope agenda. They are not just in words. They are not just in letters. They are not just in papers. They are what this administration is giving wheels to drive Nigeria to the destination that all of us will be proud of. I want to tell Nigerians to be patient. A little more. They'll be patient enough, but a little more, everything will be in order.
Before the next election cycle?
When you talk about the next elections, there will be significant, improvements before that. The improvement have already started coming in. He has already said we're no longer borrowing. We are. The administration is already sounding confidence. We are closing the gaps, and and if the international community, they will find out if you're not doing well. I was with the British High Commission last night, and they were praising the government. Most of the engagement I have internationally, they are happy with the steps this current administration. It may not be a popular step, but it's a courageous step. It is a bold step. It may not be a step with applause, but it's a step that will add value to the lives of Nigeria. And only a bold, courageous leader can take those steps. And that's why we are standing by him. And our job as party members is to, whether it is ward level, local government level, state level, The national level, we want APC to win.
Welcome back. That was the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Right Honorable Benjamin Kalu. Let's switch gears now to Anambra State, with a heavy politicking ongoing. The ruling party takes center stage today on Political Paradigm, and I'm joined now virtually by the immediate past national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Chief Victor Oye. Chief, welcome to Political Paradigm.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let me begin by congratulating you on the conclusion of the leadership tussle in your state. It's over now. I think we can say that. You were at the forefront. You were in and out of court. Now the Supreme Court has made a judgment. And I haven't seen you since then, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the role that has played in the whole imbroglio.
You're most welcome. Chief, let's look at Anambra State now, the state of the polity in Anambra State. I'd like to know from you what the mood of the people are, the atmosphere is, considering that we have less than 2 months to the election. And there are concerns as to the heating up of the polity in the state, mainly between the ruling APGA and the APC. What do you say to those concerns?
Yeah, the atmosphere in Anambra State is normal. What, by normal, I mean is the usual thing. This is the season of politics. And the politicians are plying their trade. Everybody is moving about, trying to secure the support of the masses. For us in APGA, we're upbeat. We're everywhere. We're campaigning morning, afternoon, night to ensure that we reach the electorate with the good news of the performance of the government of Anambra State. We have a lot of things to campaign for and to campaign with. APGA is Anambra. Anambra is APGA. That's one fact people have refused to appreciate. When I say it on screen, people think I'm joking. In the last off-season election, APGA won in Anambra, Onitsha North State constituency, and also won in Anambra South Senatorial Zone, you know. And before that time, the opposition, they were all over the place talking about that APGA is going to be beaten, APGA is going to be, the grave of APGA has been dug, APGA will be buried on this election period. When the result came out, APGA won everywhere. And this is what we expect to happen on November 8th. We are ready, and we play issue-based politics. We don't play politics of acrimony. It is the opposition.
Well, it doesn't sound like issue-based at this moment, Chief. It doesn't sound like issue-based. We've heard the governor, who's the chief security officer of the state, make statements that some consider inflammatory. And now there are security concerns ahead of the election. Civil society organizations are raising concerns about the security situation that may escalate during the election. So is this issue-based politics, or is this back and forth not dangerous for Anambra State politics and the people of Anambra who will be going out to vote on the 8th of November?
Let me tell you, what you are saying is what you read from the social media. It's not the reality. It's a fact. You know, I've always told you when I speak on your program, listen to me, I have the facts. Anambra State is calm. No tension anywhere. And anybody who is trying to harangue the governor for what he said is not being objective. What did the governor say? The governor did not abuse anybody. The governor said that some people who are participating in these elections are not qualified. It's a very simple thing. They are not qualified to contest academically based on the documents they submitted to INEC. That's the argument of the governor. And instead of playing on that trajectory, those people now moved to another level and brought the governor's family into the whole foray. That's the whole problem. The governor did not abuse anybody, and I had expected if the governor said anything about your certificate, the best thing to do, they would have done would be to go to the media or go show their own evidence. Do you understand me now? Not to say that drag the governor's family into the whole impasse. It is wrong.
Well, that
if I accused you, if I accused you of false qualification, what do? You have to prove it. These people have not proved it.
Well, but
the governor said that they are parading fake results.
So that's
prove it.
You know, that's also not part of the issue-based campaigns that we're talking about. It's a back and forth, and you know, supporters take these things a step further. So Uche Kunife now, who's the deputy governorship candidate of the APC, has also said some things that many have considered to be crossing the line, bringing in family matters. But on this issue of fake certificates, because the governor brought up the issue of a fake PhD, alleged fake PhD, which he says she has, she's also now going to say that he is a fake professor, and she says, if you think my certificate is fake, go to court.
I played this politics. This is I think it should be about 43 years I've played politics. We know them, is their way. If anybody has anything substantial to say about certificate, the person should come out to the public and display it. It's a very, remember what happened in Bayelsa? It's the same situation. When the deputy governor paraded a fake result, a day before their swearing in, the governor was disqualified and the runner-up took over the seat. That is the truth of the matter. Anybody with any fake document should be taken to task. We should not keep silent when we see things going wrong. Do you understand me? Issue of fake certificate is part of the campaign. You cannot tell me we should not, if you have something against my opponent, why shouldn't I bring it to the public domain? It is my right to do so. It is your own right to defend yourself. Where your own rights stops is where my own begins. That is the fact of the matter.
You know,
why can you call Soludo a fake prophet?
Fake professor.
Do you believe Soludo is a fake prophet? They're being mean. These people are being mean.
So let me take it up from there, because this has led to quite some issues. And why some will say that this should not be the conversation is because Anambra is beginning to be considered a volatile state. I recall that a number of people have raised concerns around Anambra State, and the election is forthcoming. Uche Kunife also had said that in the last 3 years, killings have been recorded, issues of cultism, but not just her, so that it doesn't sound political. I also know that Professor Obiora Okonkwo, whom you're very familiar with, has also said that when he takes a look at Anambra State, all he sees is that it's becoming a ghost state. He goes further to say that it is because of the security situation in this state.
Yeah, my brother, I invited you to Anambra State, up till you've not come. I gave you the invitation 4 years ago. You're yet to respond to that.
Soludo wasn't governor then. Now Soludo is governor. So he's
reporting. No, let me take it. Even of saying that, reporting what people said, you just come to Anambra State and see things by yourself. I will sponsor your trip as a person.
Are you saying that Anambra, there's no insecurity in Anambra State?
No, Anambra is safe now. Okay, all these people talking about Anambra State, if Anambra were not safe, would they be campaigning in Anambra? They would have run away now. That's the truth of the matter. People go about the Anambra is not a ghost state at all. I dispute that.
But was that not the reason why the Udogachi security outfit was introduced, because of the insecurity in the state?
The what?
Was the Udogachi security outfit not introduced because of the insecurity in the state?
Okay, is there any state that doesn't have private security arrangements?
No, this was specifically. I remember when Governor Soludo launched.
No question of specifically. Okay, let me ask you. The entire Southwest, did they have a Metoku?
Because of insecurity.
Is there no insecurity in your own state yourself?
So you agree that Anambra is insecure, and that's why Udogachi was introduced?
Insecurity, let me tell you, insecurity is a permanent, it's everywhere, even in America, everywhere is not secure. You can't have 100% security. But I can tell you with every sense of responsibility that Anambra State is one of the safest states in Nigeria. Take it to the bank and be frank about it. All these people making noise about Anambra not safe, these are political opponents who do not see anything good in this government. But Governor Soludo has performed excellently. That is their fear, that is their worry.
Chief, State Assembly, two state assembly members were killed in Anambra State only recently. The Udogachi security outfit that was created is also being accused of victimizing people. Remember the situation with the NYSC, female NYSC member. And then there are reports of a 12-year-old killed by the same Udogachi. So do you really want to sit back and conclude?
Let me ask you, my brother. Let me ask you, do you know the what we call Udogachi? Even the way you pronounce it is wrong.
I'm not Igbo. I mean, you could teach me.
Why are you stumbling into something you don't know? You can't even pronounce Udogachi. You're calling it Udogachi.
I think
Udogachi, peace will reign. It's a psychological thing. That thing was so named to show you that Anambra State is a land of peace. Do you understand?
Will be a
And these
land
people,
of
let me tell
peace.
you, the
That's
enemies are cooking up. Let me talk. The enemies are cooking up these stories to discredit the government. That's all. There's no other reason. There is no place in Nigeria that is not having security. No place in Nigeria. Anambra State is 90% secure. Take it to the bank. Take a trip to Anambra State. I invite you to take a trip and see how Anambra State is being governed by Governor Soludo. Governor Soludo has done wonderfully. Anambra State has had what you call a quantum leap in the past 3 years. Anambra is a brand new state. Come to Anambra State and see. Governor Soludo is building on the achievements of other governors. And they have gone ahead with massive developmental plan he has for the state. He's doing very, very well. Hospitals everywhere. Teachers are being paid. New teachers are being recruited. New doctors are being recruited. Our youth are being trained, in various skills. One person, two skills scheme. Anambra State is one of the finest states in Nigeria. Go and check the Bureau of Statistics and see what Anambra has done in terms of economic development. The governor is doing very, very well in Anambra State. All these people you see that are making counter allegations, allegations against the governor, they are not being realistic. The governor has done very, very well in the past 3.5 years, and we're looking forward to more goodies. Do you understand? And this achievement of the governor is what is what is keeping them sleepless. The governor is doing very, very well. And the Anambra people are ready to vote him again come November 8th, 2025. And if you come to Anambra State, the 3 senatorial zones in Anambra State have been equitably treated. Hospitals like Ogbaru, if you go to Ogbaru, Ogbaru used to be the Harlem of Anambra State. But today, Ogbaru is developed, Oboko in particular has been developed. New roads, new hospitals, schools, water boreholes, a brand new environment. The same thing is happening all over the state. Agulere that I've never seen a third road in the past since the world was created. Is that having a brand new road built by the governor. They have a new hospital, general hospital, built by the governor. The state in Anambra Central, we have a new state capital. Everything is going up, new fun city, new stadium built by Obiano, and Soludo is expanding it. Everything is happening as the people have expected. I don't know why people are not interested in development. When the governor is doing, we're sort of commending the governor, they're haranguing him and speaking ill about the governor. It's not fair.
All right, Chief, while you say that, there are those who have described Governor Soludo as dictatorial. I recall that the YPP candidate had accused him of dictatorship over lawmaker's suspension. And then there's an Anambra lawyer who has also accused Governor Soludo of unlawful detention and human rights violation. What do you say to these?
You can see, this one, we call it bad belly politics. Do you understand me now? What do you mean by being dictatorial? What do they call dictatorial? Because the governor is enforcing discipline in the administration, physical discipline, moral discipline. Is that what you call dictatorship? I can't understand how people reason. Governor Chukwumacha Soludo, as a person, is a martinet. A martinet is somebody who believes in enforcing discipline. There is discipline in Anambra State. The workers go to work and they give in their daily pay to the development of the state. They put in their best. All over the state, there is law and order. Any society that has no law and order is heading for chaos. The governor has tried to enforce discipline in the civil service structure. He has tried to ensure discipline in the administration of the state, especially in physical disciplines, in financial management. And as a former governor of Central Bank, if he couldn't manage Anambra State, he would have failed. Yes. So the governor is doing well. All these people who are castigating the governor couldn't have done better. That is the truth of the matter. And they have been astounded by the achievements of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. Every part of Anambra State is witnessing rapid development. This is what scares them. They had expected a state that was misgoverned, a state that was financially mismanaged. But that's what they were expecting. But it's not the situation today. Anambra is doing very, very well. The people are happy. If you want to know how popular Governor Chukwuma Soludo is, come to Anambra State and witness it by yourself.
So
Anywhere the governor goes to in Anambra, people are hailing him because he has really, really performed. The people are happy with the governor. Everybody is happy with him. And I am proud of the performance of the governor as the former national chairman of the party. And
are the people
gives him more life.
Are the people really happy with the governor? Because we see reports and videos of demolitions, market women, traders being harassed by the task force. In fact, I think about a few days ago, the task force allegedly shot someone at the market, at Onitsha Market. I killed 4 people in Onitsha Market. This is news. This is not social media. This is news, and the governor had to say something about it. And
let me address that. I'm an insider. You understand me? Only one person was killed in the Onitsha fiasco, and it was not done by agents. It was fake people, fake people who came into the market and started causing fracas. Only one person was killed. One person, not 4. And that person killed, the governor invited the family to government house and condoled with them. Do you understand me? And commiserated with the family. And they have shown concern over what happened and promised that the culprits will be brought to book. There is no place you don't have isolated incidents as what has happened in Anambra State. Anambra is not insulated from such things. We belong to the wider society of Nigeria.
But so I completely agree. But
in Anambra State, is that why people are alluding, making false claims about what had happened?
But have you seen? Have you seen?
Anambra State felt very, very, very bad about it.
Have you seen?
No life should be lost in Anambra State.
Well, your claim of 1 is opposed to the 4. Based on reports. But have you seen the videos of the manner in which this Ocha Brigade people, antagonize marketers, traders?
That's what I'm telling you, that the people that carried out the trouble in that at Onitsha were not to the legitimate Ocha Brigade. That's what I'm telling you now. It was carried out by a fake group. Do you understand me? That went into the market and started starting the building, and that one led to the fracas. That's what I'm telling you. The legitimate agency is not involved in such illegalities. Governor will never condone that. If that agency were involved in any illegal activity, the government would have disbanded them by now. That's the truth of the matter. What happened in Onitsha was unfortunate, and any life lost in an incident was gravely felt, regretted by the whole people of Anambra. Like I in particular, I do not believe that any life should be lost, no matter. We should play politics of brotherhood, fraternity. Do you understand me? But the opposition are creating problems all over the place. They are the people causing the whole problems. Any slightest thing, they blow it to the moon. It is wrong. Do you understand me? All the agencies the governor created in Anambra State are all meant to make the society governable, make the society peaceful, make the society stable, and the people are enjoying it. Remember that before now, there was a time Anambra State was full of trouble everywhere, insecurity, kidnapping, but today we have a safer Anambra State. I can tell you that. We have a safer Anambra State. And all Anambrarians are working in tandem to ensure that the state moves forward under the direction of Governor Chukwuma Soludo. That is what the opposition do not want. They want negative publicity every day, thinking that will show up their popularity in Anambra. It is not going to work. Anambra people are for Apuga. Apuga is for Anambra people. By November 8th, they will see the result. We are going to win the election with a higher margin than what happened during the Obiano administration. Obiano won 21/21, his second term in office. Now, during Soludo's election, he got 19/21. Now, we are going to get 21/21, and we are targeting the 326 wards in Anambra State. Look at what happened during the off-season election, senatorial election and the Onitsha North constituency election. Apuga won everywhere, and we defeated all the opponents at their polling units. That's what we are talking about. If Africa were not doing well as a party, and if the governor were not doing well as a governor, the people will not trust him the way they have done. Anambra State is solidly behind Governor Chukwuma Soludo and will continue to stand by him, come rain, come shine. And that is the truth, because the man is doing well. We're pushing Anambra State on the right trajectory, and the people are happy with him. The governor has ensured even development across the state. There is nobody, I can tell you this, in another 100 years, who will perform what Soludo has performed in Anambra State. I'm saying that with every sense of responsibility and without any equivocation. And the reason Anambra State people are going to return Governor Soludo is that he has a plan, okay? And that plan is that in the next 8 years, you will have a brand new state. The new Dubai of Africa will have emerged. We are going to go into light rail across the state, from Oka to Onitsha, Onitsha to Nnewi, Nnewi to Agua to Ekulobia, down to Oka. That is the new Anambra that the governor is envisioning. So what are people talking about? The opposition have no plans. When I listen to them, they don't have any manifesto, they don't have any electioneering plan, nothing. Only to throw jabs at the governor. That's not going to help them. Let them go to the people and tell the people what they have in stock for them, and not to continue using the governor as the only issue for campaign. Okay. I had expected these people to have come to the people to tell the people, when you make me governor, this and this and this are what I'm going to do. But they're not doing that. Soludo is the only campaign matter they have. Every day Soludo did this, Soludo did that. Let me say it here without any equivocation. All of them put together cannot match Soludo. They cannot match his intellectuality. They cannot match his popularity. This is a former World Bank advisor, IMF advisor, political of economy first class, Nsukka, former national economic advisor to the president, former governor of Central Bank. Can't we have respect for people, for goodness sake? In other clients, people should be begging Soludo to govern Anambra State. Who are these people contesting against Soludo? What is their degree? They have nothing to offer.
All right, Chief.
They don't have anything to offer.
All right, Chief Victor Oye, I'd like to thank you very much for coming to speak with us on Political Paradigm. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thank you. God bless you. You're a wonderful man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, that's all the time we have. I've been speaking with the immediate past national chairman of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, Chief Victor Oye, on the state of the polity in Anambra State. If you'd like to catch the entire program again, please go to YouTube and search Political Paradigm, or simply go to channelstv.com. I'm Terry Kumi. Goodbye.